Hi, everyone. This is Trey
This is Tiffany.
from the Melanin Club, and today we are going to talk about my favorite topic growing up being black.
Black.
It's so fun because it's a very popular hashtag.
It is.
It's so funny if you go on Twitter and you um, search for hashtag growing up black. The shit that you see is so like everyone has a mom that's like hitting them upside the head with the comb.
The hot comb.
You got hit with the hot comb.
Be still.
How would your edges come out though?
It's perfect.
Right? Those grandma would snatch them edges, girl,
Right up.
almost to where you didn't have no hair right here for a while. She'd be like, "That's okay. Just put some spray mane on it. Nobody'd be able to tell. Put some of that black. What was that
Ooh.
black gel?
The pre-con.
The what is it?
The pre-con gel.
The pre-con girl,
Yes.
just fill it in right there. You be, let me see. Go
It
get
had
my
like a
eye,
gallon jar.
my eyeliner.
And you jumping.
Right. Oh my.
It's okay. It's just the grease. But it shouldn't be
Why
It
sizzling?
shouldn't be popping.
Why
Chicken.
Right. I will tell you the like one of my fondest, memories in college was going to Cabrini Green with my friend. And I had never been over there. I grew up, I didn't have a very good black experience. Um
I did.
I'm upset about it. My parents, they they didn't give me the black experience. I'm mad. I want to go back in time and start it over because man, I went over there. It was like a party. I mean, everybody was like live. People were coming in and getting plates. That's the first time I learned about spaghetti and catfish. I mean,
But I mean, there's tons of different versions of the black experience.
so how was
So a
yours?
lot of people grew up. Me, for instance, my parents were. We didn't live in the projects. Now my parents grew up in the projects, both of them.
Okay.
But by the time my sister and I came along, my dad had been in the service. He went to the Navy, bought a house. My mom, my sister's 4 years older than me, so when they had my sister, they were still in the projects. So by the time I came along, lucky me, my dad had bought our first house, the house I grew up in. We were right around the corner though from the projects.
Right.
so
So
we
your
was
friends, you
we
still hung out
wasn't
with your
that far.
friends.
But so I kind of had both. I had a house over here, but we were so close to the projects. It was just all the West End. It was all still
A little black.
little ghettoish.
Right.
But I loved it. Loved every minute of it.
I used to love going in the
Loved it.
city. Things. Oh, another thing they talk about on the hashtag is like shit your daddy said. Like, don't write a check
Your ass
don't let
can't
your mouth
cash.
write a check your ass can't cash. And you'd be like, for real?
My daddy used to call us shit asses.
What does that mean?
I- I don't know.
You have no idea.
We would, take something from him or sneak in his beer or something, and or sneak one of his White
How old
Castles.
were you sneaking his beer, dog?
It doesn't matter.
Oh, you know what we used to do?
My dad would be like, "You little shit ass, get out of my stuff."
We used to see because I grew up with white people. They knew how to manipulate and get around some shit I ain't never even thought of. So my stepdad worked at Seagram's, and every year,
Ooh.
like my parents don't drink, so every year he'd bring home all of this liquor, and it would go in this locked cabinet. The thing is, though, the drawers on top of the cabinet came out, so you could reach your hand down in there and pull out a bottle. So I'm like, tequila, because it was a white person that taught me that because I would never have thought about that. As a
Right.
matter of fact, I didn't drink until I went to a school with all white people.
See, and I didn't grow up with white people at all. For
None?
real. No.
Lucky.
Like
No, I mean,
didn't-
not in a bad way,
I
but just,
didn't. I didn't really get to grow up with white people until I got to high school. Honestly,
wow.
I mean, there were white people in my elementary school, but I got moved around elementary
Mhm.
school because they started busing and this and that. But I didn't really get the white people experience until I got to high school,
Yeah.
and I met some of the best.
Oh,
And to this
good.
day, I mean,
Y'all close.
I still have lots of good white friends.
I do too.
Love
Well,
my Caucasian persuasion people.
it's just a difference.
It
Like,
is.
a lot of my black boyfriends would be like, "You white acting," or "You act white." And I never understood what that meant
Right.
because it wasn't my fault. I definitely love me some black people. Hello, we created a channel called the Melanin Club. Like, I'm proud to be black, but it definitely is different. But then it's like there's some things that are just so stringed within our DNA that even if you didn't necessarily grow up with all black people, your mama still said the same black shit.
All the
Like,
time.
you know what I mean?
All the time.
You get this look like you be in a store acting. I will never forget my mom. She slapped the shit out of me one day at the store
Man.
because I said, "Mom, I want this." And she's like, "What is it?" And I said, "It says poor coochie." And I was just so for sure that thing said poor coochie girl. It said poor quiche. So not only did she slap me, then she
Right.
said, "And what you know about a coochie?" And then she was, "And you better not cry. And you better not," with her lips all tight, "You better not cry in here, or you can get your ass beat when you get home." And you're like, "Oh my
Yeah,
God."
my mom we would always get this talk before we even went in the store. Don't
Oh,
you
yeah.
touch a goddamn thing when we get in here. Don't you touch nothing. Don't ask for nothing. Don't look at nothing. Don't touch nothing.
Right. And as soon as you fix your lips, say, "Mom," she's like,
Right. And you're like, never mind, nothing.
"But you had to pee."
Yeah.
And so you was
I'll
like
just hold it.
confused because you didn't know, like, if I say this, I might get slapped before it
Yep.
comes out of my mouth. So
Yep.
maybe I shouldn't say anything at all because I'm nervous.
Yeah.
And
And
I
this-
just might pee on myself.
And this was the one that got me. Fix your face.
Right. Or you be getting your ass whooped and be like, "Stop crying." You're like, "Wait a minute."
Wait. And then if you don't cry, oh, you think you're tough, huh?
Right.
Wait. I don't. Which one do you want me to do? I don't know. I'm so
Right.
confused.
Or when your mom slapped you and then now every time she goes like this, you're like
Yeah.
dodging her
Yeah. Or
because
what
you
about
don't
the
know.
whooping? What about the whoopings where you get beat with every word? I told you not to.
Oh yeah.
How long is this sentence?
Right. It's a paragraph. Oh my gosh, girl. Or the anticipated ass whooping. That was the worst because it was like, "I'm gonna beat your ass when you get home," and you have no idea what you even did. Like you can't even remember what you did.
Yep.
She done came to the student, what is it? The school principal's office,
Right.
picked your ass up. You don't know what you did. You're like 7 years old. Oh, she did that. Okay, for real. Okay.
You ain't
Yeah.
never got to worry about it again.
Right. She'll be straight tomorrow. No problem. Thank you, Mr. Fletcher. And then you get in the car. I tell you this all the time. You're just like your daddy. You don't remember nothing. That whole story.
My
And then
mom- my
leave
mother was-
you,
yeah.
drop you off at home, leave, and you can't even eat because you like,
Your stomach is so nervous. What did I do?
"I'm gonna get this ass toe up." Yeah. Growing up black is so crazy.
Would not trade it for the world.
I know.
though.
Or the swimming pool.
Don't you get your hair wet. It's a pool.
Don't
I don't care. Don't you get your hair wet.
You have braids in your hair all summer, and your mama talking about don't get your hair wet,
Right.
and you like, are you for real?
And then
I
she
ain't washing
tells
the
you,
hair.
if you're gonna go down there, you better put this cap on.
Ooh,
And then she brings out that ugly white condom fitting cap.
and no one else has to wear it.
No.
And you're like, "Mom,
But
but
I don't want to wear the cap.
Right.
It's all tight. And it's all you can't even hear or nothing.
nothing."
Yeah.
Or you thought you was gonna get in a bikini, and your mama was like,
Think again.
"Right, you ain't going out there being fast."
Bikini, you gotta put them shorts on and a tank top.
Right, you wearing a t-shirt.
Right.
You're like, "Mom, they don't let t-shirts in the pool no more." What I say?
They will today.
Right. I'm gonna have to talk to him. Don't you even worry about it.
She would come in too.
Don't let me see you without that shirt on. Try to be fast like them
Right.
little white girls. I told you about hanging out with Stacy and Lindsay.
Right. I don't know what they mama let them do, but this is your mama.
Right. I saw Lindsay stand on the corner the other day. She didn't even have no pants on, just a shirt. Standing there with no shoes on.
Because our mama's a hoe too.
Right. The whole thing. That is like the true story.
It
The
is.
true story of it
Mm-hmm.
all.
It is.
My dad too, he was mean, man. Look, if you in the summertime when you used to go to his house, if you were not up, dressed, your hair brushed, your teeth brushed, new panties on, downstairs eating breakfast, finding something constructive to do, then he was locking your ass outside until he came home for lunch. Okay, so then he come home for lunch, he feeds you, and then he lock you back outside till 4 o'clock when he got off work. You'd be like, "But what, Dad? I'm seriously, I'm 15. I don't care. Go play outside. Go play outside."
Right.
Girl, I got caught watching Jenny Jones one day. He was so pissed. He's like, "What is this trash that you're watching?" I'm like, "This is Jenny Jones, Dad." He's like, "Yep, going outside." 16 years old.
My mother was more of the disciplinarian in my house. My dad was definitely a disciplinarian. Don't get me wrong, but my mother was definitely his backbone when it came to discipline. Like you did not want that whooping from my father because it took a lot from my dad. My dad is super laid back, has been like that all my life. And when he gets mad, he's mad.
Right, right.
My mother, on the other hand, it doesn't take much to piss her off. It doesn't take much at all.
It's
Who
like,
you looking at?
right,
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to blink. I didn't mean it.
right.
God made me blink. I don't know.
Or this one, Trey, huh?
Did you
Did you
hum
say?
it?
Right. Did you just say hi to me?
Yes, ma'am. I'm sorry. No, ma'am. I didn't
Right. Go find my purse. I can't even find it. If I find my purse in 5 minutes, you're gonna get your ass whooped. You're like, but mom, I looked everywhere. I don't care. You didn't look good enough. And you're like
Yeah.
going through this all day.
Yeah.
You're like,
I
damn.
remember in high school, my high school principal used to be my dad's math teacher.
Mm-hmm.
So he knew who my father was. So he would always, if I get in trouble, I get called down to the office, whatever. I want to call your father. Can you call my mother? um, well, wait. Then he'd be like, well, I want to call your mother. No, can you call my father?
Exactly. Trying to play him.
Yeah. But in reality, my sister and I, we would really much rather him call my dad than call my mom. Like,
Right.
don't call my mother. She's coming right
Now.
now.
And it's good.
Don't call
Making
her.
me miss work for
Yeah.
this and the missing work. Or my worst is I remember my dad would be like, "You're not getting up until you eat everything," and I hated lima beans. And it was like every other day we had damn lima beans. So
Gross.
literally, I would be falling asleep at the table in a plate full of lima beans, and they did not care. Swallow it. I'd be gagging, tears coming down, gag reflex like, eh. Like that's not a game. Like, why would I, if I liked them or they were okay, I would just eat it. Like, nobody wants to eat the damn lima beans.
Yeah, my mother didn't play that either. There was no, and this is something that I've seen a few times in my adult life, and it just blew my mind to see friends of mine have 2 and 3 kids, and she cooks breakfast or dinner or whatever. Well, this kid doesn't want that, so I'm gonna fix you this. This one doesn't want that, so I'm gonna fix you that. What? Where they do that at?
I know.
I be damned.
Right.
So one time I was babysitting for her, and she had to get up and go to work early. And I said, well, don't worry about it. I'll take care of the kids. I'll get the boys together and then, get up, get them breakfast. I said, we're going to have waffles
Ooh.
and eggs and
Okay.
bacon.
That's pretty
One,
standard.
I cooking. One son says, I don't want that. I want cereal. What? Who? What? I said we having waffles and eggs and bacon. But I
That's
want
it.
cereal. I didn't ask you what you wanted. This is what I'm making. This is what you're going to eat. Or you'll go hungry.
What happened?
That's how it was in my...
He ate them damn waffles.
He ate them damn waffles. I'm
I
not
know.
going to make 2 and 3 different nothings. That's not no, no. And she would do that. You know, because when she got home, I told her about it. And she was like, "Oh yeah, sometimes he doesn't want." So I make what?
Mm.
Baby, the way these groceries are set up, I wish the hell I would.
Honey, the way these pockets are set up,
Exactly.
this is already a
And, and
prefabricated
and I
meal
don't care if
plan.
we got two or three different kinds of cereal. You're gonna eat the box that's open until
Oh
it's
yeah.
gone, and then we'll
And
open
when
the
you
other
say
box.
gone, even the crumbs better be in
It better
somebody's
be,
bowl. Do not throw that away.
and you better check to make sure it's some milk before you even pour it in that bowl. Because if not, you ain't putting it back. You better put some water on it.
You bet. You bet. What do you say? You better put some water
You
on
put
that
some water
damn
on that
shit.
shit.
That is one of my favorite movies
Me
I know
too.
ever relied.
Yes, but I mean,
So
I couldn't believe that. Like people, you do what? And I've seen it more than once. And the black
yeah, I
I couldn't believe it.
definitely think that my nieces and nephews, they definitely get catered to. I will say, even by me and my mom. And it's so hard not to because they're just so cute that you want to give them everything. But then it starts to get on my nerves
Yeah.
because one wants Wendy's, one wants McDonald's, one wants, pizza. And then you're like, oh, shit. And you're driving all around and then they're screaming, oh. But
Mm-mm.
if I would have just
Mm-mm.
said, we're getting one
Mm-mm.
thing and that's it, I wouldn't have had to deal with all that.
But let me tell you something. I know you don't have kids,
I don't have no
but it is
kids.
nothing like the day you realize that you've turned into your parents.
Ah, I think I've realized it.
I have definitely turned into my mother.
Are you mean to them boys?
I am not mean. I am a mother.
Oh, okay.
And you're going to do what the hell I say when I say it.
I know.
Period.
Period. Point
Period.
blank. Yeah.
And I find myself saying things that my mom would say
And
or
then you're
making
like,
faces that she would make. And I'm like, oh my gosh.
you're like, I always
I pulled a
say,
Pat Hawkins.
right.
That's a Trish move.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody used to call my mom Trish. And every
Mm-hmm.
time I do, I'm like, oh, it's a Trish move.
You know what I call my mom? Trundagram.
Right.
I have everybody. She gets so irritated when she's like, stop calling me by my first name. Now she answers to it. I'm like, Trundagram. She's like, yes.
I remember when I was younger, I was a teenager. And I made the mistake of calling my mom her. I haven't called her that since.
Why? What
Well,
happened?
I was washing dishes. And we were fussing about something already. And she was like, I don't care. I told you to do it. You're going to do it. Blah, 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 blah. Well, you're a teenager. You try to have a little bit of the snapback. Yeah. So my sister comes upstairs. And she's like, what is going on? Why are y'all still fussing? Blah, 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 blah. Well, my mother had walked off. So I thought she had went on out the kitchen around the corner. My sister comes upstairs. Why are y'all fussing? I said, because I told her.
Oh,
My
oh,
mother turned into a
oh.
bat.
Did she?
Because when I tell
Caw-caw.
you, she flew back around that corner, honey, and said, what the hell did you call me?
That's a scary moment.
Did you say her?
I feel like I'm living in that moment
Hey,
with you right now. I'm
and
scared.
I had a whole lot of hair.
Yeah.
And before I could even respond,
She
she
jacked you up?
snatched me by the back of my head.
Yeah, they
She
ain't
snatched
playing.
my whole head.
They ain't playing.
And she pulled my hair out from the root.
So there was never her again.
It was a never her again.
Yeah. You can't.
Never
You
do
gotta
that
watch what you
again.
say to these black mamas now. Even if you got one that you think is mildly okay with some shit, there's just some shit you can't do, like say her or imply her
Mm-hmm.
or anything.
There's a huge, huge difference a lot of times between black mothers and white mothers. And I'm gonna tell you, I grew up with a friend. We're still friends to this day. We've been good friends since we were 16 years old. And she has boys, and I have boys. So she's of the Caucasian persuasion.
Mm-hmm.
And one day, me and my boys went over her house because that's what we did. Sometimes we would go over and let our boys play together. Well, our kids were middle school age, I would say.
Hmm.
And her and I sitting there, me and her like to watch old
Excuse
movies,
me.
while the boys would play video games. Well, she goes in there and tells one of her sons, to take the trash out or she told him to do something. Well, he didn't want to get off the video game.
Oh,
He wanted to just play the game. I'll do it in a second, Mom. I'll do it in a second, Mom. So my boys are in there she had three boys. They're in there with them. And all of a sudden, the boy says, she told him again, didn't I tell you to, I will. You don't have to be such a bitch.
that happened.
My boys, because just that quick, I forgot they were not my children.
I know you did.
That word bitch flew out of his mouth to his mom, and I went at him. And as soon as he said it, both my boys did like this.
Like they knew.
And rolled back and hid.
Well,
Because
hell
they
yeah.
knew.
I'd be like, dude,
They
shit,
knew.
I've been faster than that. Like,
And I went at him. And I got him up. Boy, don't you ever, as long as I'm here and breathing on this earth, call your mother out her name like that. You get one mother, one chance in this life. That is never a word you ever use against your mom. That is your mother. Child. I could have killed him.
I'm surprised you did.
I had to remember. This
Sorry,
boy is
guys, my
not mine.
allergies are. Yeah,
Yeah.
that is crazy. I've witnessed
And
some
then I'm
things.
looking at her like, you just standing there.
Yeah,
You mean?
I have witnessed some
Not.
unacceptable language and behavior from my Caucasian friends, and my mom just let me know you can act like that if you want to, but your ass gonna end up outside, homeless, and you gonna have to live with one of them
Mm-hmm.
because you ain't coming to my house to disrespect me.
To this day, Trey, to this day, I do not cuss in front of my parents.
Oh no. I said
don't.
hell the other day.
I don't
said,
cuss
"Ooh."
in front of I don't cuss in front of Miss Chonda Graham.
Yeah, no.
No.
Scared. Mm-hmm.
Because for some reason in my mind, I feel like all the mothers know each other.
Right.
And if I cuss, she's going to call my mom and tell her.
Right, right. You know what Tiffany did today? Her ass came over. Look, they cussing.
Mhm.
Her ass came over here cussing up a storm. Her and Trey. They didn't think I heard them. Heard. She actually heard us one day when she came to the door. She said, Trey, I heard you say a cuss word, and I just, I was like, trying to Graham. Now you know.
Please
This
tell her
is
don't
like-
tell my mom.
She won't tell her. She's not gonna tell her on you. She won't. She not snitch. I mean, you know. So thank
Yeah.
you guys for watching. Tell us what you think. Give us some insights about how you grew up being black, how it shaped your life, and the funny things your parents used to do or say to you.
Yeah.
We'd like to know. So thanks for watching.
Bye.
Bye.